All right, this is the start of Peanut's graduation instructional training videos. We have had so much fun working with Peanut. She really is just a ball of joy and energy, and she's brought us so much entertainment over the last almost 8 weeks. So needless to say, we are going to be missing her like crazy, but we're also really excited to pass the torch to you, for you to see everything that she's learned and for you to pick up where we are leaving off in terms of her training. So as you know, there is no such thing as a quick fix in dog training. It truly is a commitment for the duration of her lifetime. So our goal here at Puppy Preparatory, especially for our board and train program, is to set the foundation and to give you tools that you can use, establish a common language that really can be used to communicate when she's doing something well. So reinforcing that behavior, and then if there's unwanted behaviors, we want to redirect that. So overall, she's done a phenomenal job. She's made a lot of progress. She is a very energetic dog, and she does have some what we would consider a little bit of anxiety too in new situations, and it manifests just kind of a frantic jumping or seeking attention. So that is really what we want you to focus on after graduation. So we'll go over that and some exercises you can do in the following videos. We're also just going to be walking you through what all of the commands mean. That's really the purpose of these videos, is to give you the knowledge you need to continue the work. But just know I want to make sure that we're communicating effectively and letting you know that I think as far as what you should prioritize after graduation, it's really the impulse control stuff and just making sure that her transitions, and what we mean by transition is going from one activity to another. So from her crate outside to potty to going back inside to eat, etc., that all of that goes really smoothly, because that's where she tends to struggle and she gets really excited and we're jumping and all of that. So we want to make sure that is good and that we're not reinforcing negative behavior. So some of what we are going to go over and what Alex did in videos is kind of some soothing exercises that can be used, such as like using touch and really calming pets, not frantic pets, but calming pets to calm her down. But we just want to make sure we're really engaging with her when she is quiet and when all four paws are on the ground. So she gets really hyped up if she's in a public setting or new people are around or other dogs are around, but we've just got to be really conscious of how we go about it. So we're going to do our best to explain it via video, but if you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. You have invested a lot into our training, and we want to make sure that you get everything out of this program possible. So make sure you take advantage of the virtual support, which I'll also go over at the end of this video. So first thing we're going to dive into is really just the hand signals. So I'll walk you through that. They are in your graduation notebook. They're also in the grad email, but sometimes it just helps to see them on video as well. So for sit and for settle, we use a fist. Settle shares the same hand signal as sit because we're essentially asking her to hold a sit. Settle is what we're going to use when she's really hyped up, over energetic. We're just going to tell her settle. And instead of marking yes as soon as her butt hits the ground, we're going to mark yes after she's held it for a few beats. We're just looking for impulse control. But as far as hand signals, just know that it is a fist. So for down, as in lay down, we're simply pointing to the ground. Typically we'll like do it a little bit lower towards her face too, just so she can see it kind of right in front of her. Touch is 2 fingers out at a height she can comfortably reach. So we're going to make sure that we're not up here. We do not want to encourage jumping. So you need to get it kind of low. For place, we are pointing to whatever it is we are using as place. This is a universal command, so it's not one particular thing that's always going to be placed. So we want to make sure we're always pointing in really close proximity to it. If we point from across the yard, it's not really that effective. Dogs don't have the same ability to decipher exactly what it is we are pointing to. So just know when you're pointing for place, that's our hand signal. We're going to point really close and say place. Yes, good girl. And then for stay, it is a palm out. So just to review without all of my little asides, sit and settle, down as in lay down, touch, place, and stay. Please let me know if you have any questions about those hand signals, which brings us to virtual support. So virtual support is included for a full month after your board and train program, but really we don't cut people off after that. So if you have other questions, still feel free to book those virtual support calls and we will be there to guide you. So virtual support basically just means virtual training sessions with us. And those can be scheduled via audio or video call. If you don't specify when you go to book, then it will just be a audio call. Not everyone's comfortable being on Zoom. That's completely fine. I'm not going to force anyone to get on video with me. But if you prefer to be on video, I am always happy to set up a Zoom call. So when you book, you can book using the link, or the QR code in the graduation notebook, or the link that's in the grad email, or you can book through the app. Just remember, if you book through the app, I don't know if there's an actual place for you to fill it in or if it doesn't require, but just make sure you specify audio versus video. And then it's really helpful to know what it is we're going to discuss. And the reason being is because sometimes there's things we want to see. And if that's the case, I'll either ask you for pictures to set up or a video of you working with her ahead of time so that we have all the knowledge to give you super specific advice. Or other times, depending on what it is, we might loop in Alex, who worked with her, or Layla, who also worked with her for a little bit. So just making sure that it's in the appropriate, the appropriate trainer is going to take the call. Typically, I do all the virtual support. This is Jamie speaking, but our virtual trainer, Eliani, also helps sometimes. And then if there is something that I think a trainer who spent more time with the dog is going to better be able to explain or articulate something, then I will loop them in and they'll do the virtual support. So super helpful to know what it is you want to discuss. It's okay to not have a specific thing. You can just say, hey, just want to do like a general check-in. We love those too. That's completely fine, but just let us know that that's the case. So that is hand signals and virtual support. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything that you see in this video or the following videos. Again, we want to make sure that you are getting the most possible out of this training and out of your investment in the program. So please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions. We are here to guide you every step of the way. She also now has access to our boarding program and our alumni day school program. I do think that might be a good option, especially the day school, just to keep her in a routine, keep her progressing, and just a nice accountability too. So that is basically like daycare run Monday through Friday out of my home with a focus on training. We'll work on command work, leash training, and socialization with other dogs. So let me know if you have questions about that too. We're happy to help.